Introduction. Are they difficult or are they toxic? I'm talking about relationships with people close and dear. No matter how close-knit relationships are, some can be quite challenging. But some might even have transformed into a toxic relationship without you being aware of it. However, you can determine if your relationships are healthy or toxic. A healthy relationship requires sincerity and compassion from both ends. It helps the two involved to evolve and grow into confident and kind personalities. But what if you start feeling suffocated and controlled in a relationship? What if your needs don't matter in a relationship you rely on? Worst of all, you don't feel safe and supported to express your feelings. That makes up for a toxic relationship. Such a relationship can tear down your self-esteem to the bottom. However, it's not easy to identify a toxic relationship, even more so when those relationships are dear to you. You rely on them for all your emotional support. They are the backbone of your emotional well-being. Yet, they have turned poisonous. It's not easy to identify toxicity in relationships because the people around you, the ones you love the most, may use tactics to manipulate you in a way that seems harmless, though they aren't. They may use them to manipulate you and get what they want. In short, they may blackmail you emotionally. But why can't you easily identify that you are being emotionally blackmailed? Simply because the blackmailers use covert techniques to manipulate you. They may make their demands seem reasonable or make you feel selfish, or use a person of influence to intimidate you. Ultimately, you feel pressured to give in. It becomes difficult for you to stand up for yourself, your needs, and your opinions. As a result, you endure the toxic relationship for fear of losing your loved ones. The relationship and the blackmailer take over you, over your mind, intellect, and feelings. You feel frustrated, but there's nothing you can do. Well, that's what you think and feel until now. However, there's always a ray of hope amongst the darkest of holes. Your ray of hope is right here. It's in the secret I'll reveal in this book, a secret that helps you understand. Understand what emotional blackmail is, what is the mindset of these blackmailers, what drives them towards emotional blackmailing, why they behave the way they do, and what shapes up the personality of these blackmailing vampires. Once you know this, I guarantee you can easily safeguard yourself from getting emotionally manipulated. Also, if you gain an insight into the covert techniques these blackmailers use, you'll easily identify the fingerprints of emotional blackmail. How these blackmailers use words and phrases that fog your mind. How they compel you to think that they are right and you are wrong. You'll identify the methods used by blackmailing vampires to take advantage of you to get what they want. Finally, I'll give you simple and practical steps to change this dynamic and pull yourself from the clutches of emotional blackmail. Following these tips will help you defeat emotional blackmail and regain your lost power over those who manipulate you. How could I tell you this secret? Am I a relationship guru? Well, ascribe it to my experience, observation, and study exploring the depths of dark psychology and covert manipulation, emotional manipulation, and blackmail. I have been exploring the tactics of motivation, persuasion, manipulation, and coercion that people use to get what they want. My own experience led me to do so. I had been the victim of the severest form of emotional manipulation in my younger years. I have witnessed emotional abuse in a very intense form. It enslaved me with feelings of guilt for years. My heart pounded with the stigma of seeing emotional manipulation in front of me, yet staying silent about it.